Hey everybody, what is up? It is your boy Dixie Outlaw back again for another video. First of all, I want to apologize if I sound a little bit weird. I got a sore on my tongue because I got a bad tooth. But today's going to be kind of an update video and a little bit of a tool talk video. Now, first thing I want to talk about is these, because hand protection is kind of a big deal. I'm not a big fan of gloves, but these things have not been too bad. These grips don't really do anything other than just give a little extra protection for your hand instead of just having fabric. If anything, these things are actually a little bit slicker than not having them at all, or having some sort of nice, smooth rubber surface on there. Because the back of these is actually more grippy than this. They do stink though, the high heavens. If you do use these, be fair warned, they're going to end up breaking, because I don't believe in washing gloves just for the simple fact they have a bad tendency of shrinking, and if you don't wash them right, half times you can destroy them. So, be fair warned about these. Don't put them too close to your nose after you use them for a while. It's not even the hand odor or like sweat odor that becomes the issue. They smell like gas and oil and grease. Now, the big thing I want to talk about, I'm going to get this cat out the room because this cat has kind of a little bit to do with part of what I'm talking about in today's video. And this is my Hybrid Tough Impact 20 Max. I believe this battery is 1.5 hour. This thing's been baller. I ran over with the car, buried it into the ground, dropped it more than once, and have put in many of screws with it. Have no issues. Same thing with the drill. The drill, you can tell, is a little less used, especially since I had my Craftsman drill for the longest. But nice tool. Now, a nice conjunction with these tools, I found this out by accident because I was messing around with it the other day when I was messing with the mowers. And what I'm talking about is this thing can actually drive bolts pretty nicely too, I may add. I ain't done no like torque branch onto the bolts to see how tight they are and none of that nonsense, but it gets them tight enough to where I can just go back behind and just finish tightening them off with a ratchet. I only found the 3/8, and then when I actually went and bought me some more, I actually have the quarter. Now I actually got a set for like $5, $6, something like that. Quarter, 3/8, and half. Now, these things are very easy to use. Stick them in. My chuck's a little bit weirder than a lot more expensive ones, because you actually on mine have to pull this out. But they fit all my sockets. I think some of my sockets have something messed up with them though. There we go. And the socket actually is held on there pretty nicely. I will take and show a better demonstration when I get daylight out, probably this weekend. Now, I don't know why these are not wanting to get onto this too well. I know I don't have this issue on my other one. Could be just because these are brand new. I just bought them today. Because again, I lost my quarter, and I definitely don't have a half. So, but same thing with your 3/4. Throw that guy in. Okay, maybe it's just the quarter that's the issue, because this 3/8 is having no issues with it going on. Which is no big deal, because I don't use the quarter much anyway, especially on impact. This actually works nicely too. I don't know what size this is. 16. Really nice. And the same with the half. Now, oh, the half has issues too. There we go. I think they're going to probably become easier as I break them in. Now, to kind of prove to the point of how tough this really is, yesterday I was messing around with the mower, and I did the spark plug. I didn't completely torque it down with this, don't fret. But I did tighten it down enough to be able to do it, and I put the whole mower back together with this. And then went back behind with the ratchet out and certain bolts and made sure they're nice and tight. And even tested this on getting some bolts off. And then I did the real torture test. The part that actually spins to be able to take and fire off the motor, I took this and took it on top of there, pulled the handle back, and zip tied it open, and spun this, and actually was able to spin the plate. Now, it didn't spin very fast, but again, for like a $30 impact, it spinning at all is just mind blowing. Now, of course, as any impact, you can also still put your normal Phillips bits and stuff in them. But I ain't been putting these in there much because it's been sitting down in the garage a lot. Now, to kind of go over these. I ain't used this guy much, but when I have used it a few times, I ain't had no complaints out of it. And I finally got to use this guy. I didn't use the swivel feature on it at all. But so far as the regular ratchet, it did what I needed it to do. And then my last piece of technology I'm going to talk about, or my last update in this video, is this guy. I've had this guy for probably almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. Probably about 2 weeks. Same battery in it. And it's still pretty much just as bright as the day I got it. And I have not been gentle on this thing at all. I've dropped it more than once. Dunked it in water more than once. And it still just keeps on trucking. I definitely say I scored out with spending like 16, 17 bucks on this guy. Because this has been my go-to for a lot of things, not just in the shop. If I need a light outside, I quickly put this thing on. If I'm in the bedroom and the light's off, and I just need something quick to see, I grab this guy. This guy does not leave my pocket nor my side. I actually always have it in my pocket even when I go to work at construction, and I've used it a few times there. And when I go to bed, I always put this on my nightstand just in case. So, all in all, I'm going to leave this video out with this. Definitely get you some of these guys. I can't remember what they're called. I think I have the package somewhere around here. But, get you a set of them. Now, I advise getting a set of the half, 3/8, and the quarter. Because these things will save your bacon more than once. Now, with those, I will take and put this little disclaimer real quick at the end of this video. They are not going to be able to torque down to spec on your bolts. You will just be able to tighten them nice and tight. It'll be loud as hell. And then you'll have to go back with a regular ratchet to actually make sure it's tight, or just go back with a torque wrench, which is what I'm planning to do as soon as I buy a torque wrench. And make sure all your bolts are tight down to spec. And also, I don't know how well they're going to do on really stuck bolts. I'm going to find that out when I take apart the other mower to figure out why it's not kicking over. I know it did pretty good with some rusty bolts I had on the one mower, but they weren't that tight in my opinion. So, hope y'all did enjoy this video though. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know if I'm future uploads. This has been Dixie Outlaw, and I am signing off, y'all.